Hello people of the page, this is Lawrence Gary, administrator of Across the Veil. This is the actual first recording that I've made on behalf of this page. The reason and the purpose of this page, as stated in the original documentation on Facebook, was simply that this information in regards to astral projection and some higher philosophies that exist should be freely accessible and freely discussed, and whether our ideas or the ideas that are portrayed on the page by our users are in fact true or real or possible really doesn't make much of a difference. We're not really necessarily trying to prove anything, but rather we'd pass along personal experience. We would expect people to take this information, digest it according to their own model of the universe and belief systems and that sort of thing. So one of the biggest things that we'll highlight on this page, Across the Veil, is the simple fact that truth can be found right alongside untruth or false or fallacies or anything of that nature. You can find truth hidden pretty much anywhere and everywhere. And what we define as truth individually is reliant on a number of things and can be a discussion all in of itself. So I'll put it simply in the effect of you'll know when you see it, because it'll allow you to make a conclusion that falls in line with your own sense or your own common sense or your own objectivity. We will be taking a scientific approach. If we make conclusions, we'll try to base those conclusions on fact. We have internal conclusions as individuals. But what's true for me is certainly not true for you. What works for me will not necessarily work for you. Sometimes it may. Such is the nature of everything that we come in contact with. The purpose of this page is to inform, to get access to the informations that even we as administrators, we look for information. We're still students. And we would, rather than stand in front of the class and give everybody, a lecture, we'd like to introduce some ideas and allow other people to agree, disagree, subject their own ideas, or submit rather, and just produce a dialogue that allows us to collectively have access, entry-level access, not just, not just to the people that can do this or can do that or have claims to do this and claims to do that, but simply access to information that it seems credible, it has weight, it has character, and it has information that applies practical information on these topics. So we're not talking about vagaries, or maybe that's a really bad way to say it. We want to be able to apply this in the real world, where we make a cup of coffee by grabbing a spoon and and putting the powder in the pot and putting the water in and pushing a button. There's some real, everybody makes coffee pretty much the same way, and there's no real right way or wrong way to do it, but the information and the guidance as to how it's done, at some point we learned how to do that. My 3-year-old doesn't know how to do it yet. So I just wanted to kind of introduce some of these ideas, some of these concepts. I want to start opening some dialogue, and ultimately I'll do a lot of typing, as I'm sure many will as they come to the page. We will be looking for content providers, and we will be absolutely open to administration requests. Of course, you're required to like the page first, because that's the only way we can make you an administrator. If you're interested, just contact us on Facebook. Come be a part of the dialogue.